If it's an animal, I mean,
What?
it looks like an
Oh, it could
animal.
be an animal.
That is blood.
Yeah, that's blood.
Oh, wow.
That's a human head.
Yeah, it's real.
어느 평화로운 마을, 이곳에서 상상조차 할 수 없는 끔찍한 살인사건이 발생했습니다. 경찰은 현장의 처참함의 말을 잊지 못했습니다. 트럭 짐칸에서 발견된 것은 갓 잘려나간 듯한 여성의 시신 일부였습니다. 범인은 누구이며 왜 이런 기괴한 흔적을 남긴 것일까? 경찰은 즉시 2명의 용의자를 수사망에 올리며 신문을 시작했습니다. 자신의 트럭에서 시신이 나왔음에도 평온한 모습을 보이는 첫 번째 용의자, 그리고 또 다른 용의자, 피해자의 남편 존 구드윈. 45년을 함께한 아내의 살해 소식을 듣고도 믿기 힘들 만큼 차분했죠. 도대체 이들 중 이 끔찍한 살인을 저지른 진짜 범인은 누구일까? 그리고 범인은 어떤 처벌을 받았을까? 지금부터 저와 함께 이 비극적인 사건의 전말을 파헤쳐 보겠습니다. 처벌 실화냐?
I just got a little bit of groceries. They're in the back seat.
Okay.
I came out, I saw that bag in the back. I thought it was just somebody putting trash in my truck, which has happened before.
Yeah.
So I opened that outside bag, and I saw there was another bag inside of it with what looked like some clothes and some blood on it. I opened the first one to see if it was garbage, and some red, and it looked like some socks or something.
But you didn't see what else was in there?
No.
All right. Well, obviously there's something bad in there.
You didn't open it, you just touched it?
The outside bag I opened.
Okay. And then what did you see when you opened it?
I saw there was 2 socks and that blood on, or what
Okay.
looked like blood on the second bag.
And then you closed it right back up?
And that's when I walked away. I didn't touch anything after that.
(2020년 10월 29일) 할로윈을 단 이틀 앞둔 시점, 경찰은 처음엔 누군가 도를 넘은 장난을 친 것이라 생각했습니다. 하지만 조심스럽게 검은 비닐봉지를 열어본 순간 현장의 모든 사람이 얼어붙었습니다.
If it's an animal, I mean,
What?
it looks like an
Oh, it could
animal.
be an animal.
That is blood.
Yeah, that's blood.
Oh, wow.
Let's string tape up around our cars.
We're going to photograph it as it is, and then we're going to tow it to the police department.
Which bag is it in?
It's in this one in foil.
All this was in that bag. Okay.
That's a human head.
Yeah, it's real.
Getting with the Halloween, are we sure that this is some sort of whatever? Hey, we apparently have a human head in the back of this truck in a trash bag. This isn't like some sort of prank. This is a real.
경찰은 정확한 경위 파악을 위해 현장 신고자 애덤에게 동행 수사를 요청했습니다.
This is your truck?
That's my truck.
Wait, how long ago did you pull up here?
I don't know. Within an hour?
Let's get you out of the rain. Just have you
Thank
see
you.
my car real quick. You're not in trouble. You're not under
All right.
arrest. We're fixing to block all this off, okay?
Now, I didn't check the back of my truck before I left my house.
Yeah.
So
Where do
I
you
don't-
live at?
Maybe 5 minutes from here.
Okay.
Yeah,
You didn't
I
notice
don't-
anything in the back then?
No, I didn't. But I also didn't go back there and look.
Yeah. Okay. And do you see anything else? He's going to call his wife and have them come to the PD.
Make sure his wife is alive.
자신의 차에서 사람의 머리가 발견된 기막힌 상황. 하지만 경찰차에 올라탄 애덤의 모습은 어딘가 기괴했습니다. 비명을 질러도 모자랄 상황에서 믿기 힘들 만큼 평온했습니다.
I opened the bag and there was another bag inside of it, and that's when I saw what looked like blood and some like clothes, and so I just walked away. I put my hands up and walked over to the red box and called the police.
But yeah, your car, unfortunately, it's a crime scene right now. They'll probably need you to come down to the station,
Okay.
to get a statement about kind of what's going on.
Okay.
But yeah, your car, unfortunately, it's a crime scene right now.
All right.
이 모습을 지켜보던 형사들의 머릿속엔 하나의 의구심이 스쳐 지나갑니다.
So what we kind of want to do is find out what happened. Yes, there's a crime scene in the back of your truck.
취조실에 앉은 애덤은 형사들의 눈을 의심케 했습니다. 그에겐 공포도 당혹감도 그 어떤 감정의 동요도 보이지 않았습니다. 그저 오늘 하루의 동선을 읊조리는 그의 목소리는 소름 돋을 만큼 차분했습니다.
Where all have you been today?
Today,
Yes, sir.
just to Walmart.
Okay, so you left from your house and went to Walmart, and then tell me what happened when you got to Walmart.
I got there around noon or so. Had a short grocery list, just a couple of things: milk, flour, eggs. Wife doing some baking. Came back out to the truck. I noticed something in the back, and looked a little weird. So opened it up. I saw what looked like blood, and I backed away and called 911.
Let me ask you this. Have you had problems with anybody that anybody would be trying to pull a Halloween prank on you or anything like that? Problems with any neighbors?
No, and I get along with all my neighbors pretty well. I mean, it's a quiet neighborhood.
Have you noticed anything unusual? Anybody strange in the neighborhood? Vehicles? Anything like that?
Not that I can think of.
이 남자가 범인이라는 촉이 경찰의 머리에 꽂혔습니다. 그리고 곧바로 마트 CCTV를 샅샅이 뒤진 경찰. 하지만 화면 속의 애덤의 모습은 수사팀의 예상을 완전히 비껴갔죠. 애덤의 말은 토시 하나 틀리지 않은 진실이었습니다. 사건은 다시 원점으로 돌아왔습니다. 수사팀은 이제 시신의 주인을 찾는 것부터 다시 시작했습니다.
Then during the initial part of this investigation, we got a call that changed everything. Officers in Vernon County, Missouri, had responded to a welfare check and discovered a middle-aged woman deceased in the home.
신고를 받고 출동한 경찰은 욕조에서 참혹하게 훼손된 여성의 시신을 발견합니다. 현장은 말 그대로 처참했습니다.
And if you just have a seat in one of these, this won't take long at all. Okay, so I'm just going to ask you some very basic standard questions. And by the way, I'm Sergeant Barker. How do you know Connie?
I know Connie, she's my sister-in-law.
Okay, so you went inside calling for Connie. Obviously, no answer.
All the rooms. The bathroom door was locked, and so I just started hitting the door, and I kicked it once, and it busted on not the doorknob side. And I saw Connie in the bathtub then.
Tell me what you saw. You went to check a pulse?
I on her neck, but all I felt was bone there. I'm not sure that her head was there or not, because I just remember it being bony.
수사팀은 직감했습니다. 이 사건과 월마트 시신 사건이 하나일지도 모른다는 것을요.
We've got a head in a bag out here.
분석 결과는 충격적이었습니다. 두 시신은 완벽히 일치했고 피해자는 63세의 여성 코니 구두인으로 밝혀졌습니다. 그런데 사건 당일 또 다른 신고 전화가 있었습니다. 자신의 아들이 호텔에서 사라졌다는 실종 신고 전화였죠. 신고자의 이름은 존 구두인, 살해된 피해자 코니의 남편이었습니다. 수사관들은 이 절묘한 타이밍에 의심을 하기 시작합니다. 아내의 죽음과 아들의 실종, 이 모든 것이 정말 우연의 일치일까? 취조실에 마주 앉은 존 구두인. 이때까지는 아들의 실종 신고로 조사를 받으러 온 줄 알았습니다.
Come on in and have a seat anywhere.
Okay.
And I'll be right back. And again, I appreciate you coming in.
That's fine. Mom?
Johnny?
Yeah.
Hi, honey.
Hi. Hey, I can't talk right now. I'm at the police station. Because Aaron went missing, and I turned him in as a missing person. And they came to the motel and just got me here about 20 minutes ago, so I'm sitting in here waiting for him to come and talk to me, I guess.
When did that happen?
Last night he went missing and never came back this morning.
Mr. Goodwin, this is Detective Hunter Scott. I'm Detective Sergeant Freeman.
How are you?
I'm all right. All right, so, like I said, we're here to ask you about this report, do some follow-up with you about this report you made this morning about your son. Now, That is, your son is Aaron Enoch Goodwin, is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay, and you're John Goodwin?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right.
Are you guys believers? Can I ask you that? Are you Christians?
Yes, sir.
You're
Yes,
believers?
yes.
Okay. That might help.
Okay.
People try to bring religion into interviews to try to ease their conscience if they do know something more than what they're willing to tell us. They're trying to rationalize it and even personalize it because sometimes the acts are so heinous. And this crime was particularly heinous.
He, I think, I'm not sure. He's not been right. And he thinks God wanted him to go on a walkabout. I found out she's dead this morning.
Do you find out
They
that,
found her dead this morning.
who did?
A co-worker. She didn't come into work and they found her dead in the tub.
And that's your wife?
That's my wife.
Are y'all still married?
Oh, yeah.
What's her name?
Her name was Connie. So, I've been trying to piece this day together, obviously. I don't know. I'm waiting. I was so messed up. I called my brother to come and drive me home. My brother and sister-in-law, they're on their way. I didn't think I could drive when I found out. I couldn't have. I did okay now.
Okay, so you're saying that someone found your wife's coworker found her
That's correct.
dead in the tub?
Yeah, she did. She didn't clock in, and they got worried.
And when did you receive this information?
This morning, after I'd called here, a little while, maybe hour or so later.
And you said there were messages about condolences
From his friend, one of his friends,
About-
just the one, about his mom. That came later in the day. He probably saw it on Facebook or something.
Okay.
My assumption.
Was that posted on Facebook?
I don't know, or somebody may have told him.
Do you know what happened?
No, I haven't found out
Did they
yet.
tell you anything about it?
Last I knew, right before you guys came, they took her to the funeral home, and then they were going to take her for an autopsy. Is that the way they do it normally?
Depends. They didn't tell you anything about,
Nobody. Yeah, I was talking. That's what Keela, I think she was trying to tell me when she called. She said,
Okay.
"I got to talk to you when you're done." So I assume I was just talking to her about that she might have some news on that.
Okay.
그런데 그의 행동에 뭔가 이상함이 보였죠. 아내의 장례식을 다녀왔는데도 아내가 어떻게 죽었는지조차 알지 못했습니다. 일반적으로 갑작스럽게 누군가 세상을 떠나면 죽은 원인을 물어보기 마련입니다. 아내가 죽었다는 소식을 접한 사람의 행동이 아니었죠.
Here's where it gets weird. As I was leaving, I said, "Are you ready?" I said goodbye to Connie, kiss, and all that. I locked the door behind me. He said, "I need you to go to Walmart, which is in Fort Scott. Here's Fort Scott. Here's my house." I said, I need you to get me a pair of black gloves, dress gloves, leather if you can. Well, they don't have no such thing.
Black dress leather gloves?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so I said, "Why don't we get them on the way? Why backtrack?" He said, Would you do it for me?" He said, I gotta have prayer. I need a little time." Okay. I went there. That was about maybe a 15-minute drive.
He didn't go with you?
No, he stayed there. So I come home, and here's my driveway. I stopped. He threw the plastic bag in there. He already had his backpack in there, I think, and hopped in. And I said, already said bye to Mom. I guess I'm ready. I just wanted to get down here before dark because I can't see very well, driving in the dark and the rain together. And I didn't know if it was raining or not. That's it. Then we left.
So I went straight to the hotel, checked in somewhere around 8 o'clock last night.
I'd say so, yeah.
So when y'all checked in, who checked in? You or?
I did.
Okay.
And then when I came out to give him his key card, that's the story I told you. He was milling around in his gear and getting stuff ready. And he didn't act like he wanted to be there. And I could tell, I could take a hint, I guess. I said, well, I'll go settle in. But like I said, after an hour went by, I said, something is not right. He should have been up here. He didn't have that much gear, backpack. I don't know what else. I didn't look.
So after about an hour being in the room for about an hour, you said something's not right because he hadn't come up to the room, so you went out to check on him?
Yeah, I got that funny feeling, you know how you do? Like he should be here.
Right.
But surely by now.
Okay.
Yeah, then gone.
And so when you went down to check, he wasn't there?
He wasn't there.
Okay.
And so I walked around, but there's not many places to walk to.
Right.
The lake right there, you know. I didn't walk around that far because I didn't know where to go, of course. But it's just weird.
Johnny, we watched some video footage from out at the DoubleTree. Okay? And it's not really, and I'll just be frank with you, it's not jiving with what you're saying the chain of events was that happened the last night and early this morning.
Okay.
So I'm gonna ask you again, if there's something that you're holding back, that you're not wanting to tell us, we need you to tell us. Okay?
Okay.
I'm not accusing you of anything.
Right.
I'm trying to find out what happened with Aaron, where Aaron is. Okay? But like I said, the video that we watched from out at the DoubleTree is showing us something that contradict what you told us in here just a little bit ago.
Okay. We pulled in there. I went in, registered. I started to go upstairs. And I didn't know how to work the elevator with the key. And then I remembered I didn't give him his key.
Okay.
So I came back out, gave him his key, like I said, everything else. He was going through gear. I stood there and talked a minute. And like I said, he kind of hinted around that he'd be up later.
Okay.
So I went on up, I settled in, was there a while, an hour or so. And when I came back down, he was gone. That's what I remember.
Where was Aaron at? I need you to describe for me, as the best that you can, where was Aaron at, what was he doing the last time you saw him?
He was at the bed of the truck, going through that bag.
Going through what bag?
I think that plastic bag.
Okay.
트럭 짐칸의 비닐봉지를 뒤적였다는 존의 말에 취조실의 공기는 순식간에 얼어붙었습니다. 존이 목격한 그 비닐봉지가 마트 주차장에서 발견된 것과 일치했기 때문입니다.
He was going through it?
It seemed to me like he was looking for things, going through it.
Okay.
I just thought he was rearranging gear.
Okay. And so he's still rearranging gear in the bag
when I went on up.
When you walked off and went up to the room.
That's correct.
Do you know what all he had in his backpack?
I have no idea.
Change of clothes, food?
Oh, sure he had clothes.
Okay.
It wasn't a real big backpack. He did have a black plastic bag too, though. Come to think of it. Like a trash bag.
Okay.
It's not in the truck or anything. So that's gone. So he might have had stuff in there. Well, I'm sure he did. He threw it in the back when we left. It was raining. I just assumed he's keeping it dry. So that's true. He could have that black backpack was black, and then that black trash can. I mean, he could have dumped it.
진술을 이어가던 존이 갑자기 행동을 멈췄습니다. 불안함에 휩싸인 그는 믿고 싶지 않은 의구심을 형사들에게 내뱉습니다.
You don't think he killed her, do you?
Mr. Goodwin, I have no idea.
That's what after I got to thinking, oh my God. I don't either. Went back in my mind as best I could and looked at texts and phone calls and those receipts to try to put a time on it.
What's your feeling?
I think he would. think he might have. I don't know.
이제는 말해야 할 때라고 판단한 형사가 어렵게 입을 뗐습니다.
Alright. Some of my other coworkers have been in contact with Vernon County, Missouri, and I don't know how else other to say this other than just come out and right out and say it. They are investigating Connie's death as a homicide investigation. They haven't given us a whole lot of details, but with being told that, and also that it is believed that Aaron may have had something to do with it. We have the trash bag that was in your truck that you said Aaron was doing something with last time you saw him. And there is evidence in that bag that relates to the death of your wife.
There's more, ain't there?
I'm trying to figure out how I want to say this.
Okay.
So we get a call today at the local Walmart here in town. Okay. That a gentleman has called 911, and he has told the operator that there is a black trash bag in his truck, in the bed of his truck. He's never seen it before, and whenever he opened this truck, there was blood inside the bag that had come out.
There was blood in the bag?
Yes, sir.
Lots of blood? I mean, from what? I mean...
Also...
I'd like to know that.
Yeah.
There is...
How bad was she?
There is...
How bad was she?
There is a body part
Oh, God, man.
in this bag.
What was it, her?
And it, by all intents and purposes, it does appear that it is your wife. So I think you now maybe can understand a little bit why we're treating this the way that we are, and why we're trying to get as much information from you as we possibly can.
How come you think it's her? Tell me, just tell me.
You want me to be blunt with you?
Yeah.
Your wife decapitated.
What the hell? You gotta be kidding. Nobody told me. They knew, didn't they? I mean, my family knew.
I don't know what they have been told.
If law enforcement went out with them, they probably didn't let them see her.
But Becca went in there, I heard.
Usually, if law enforcement goes out with
maybe not
someone, they aren't going to let her in.
이제 수사팀은 사라진 살인용의자 에런의 행방을 쫓기 시작합니다.
A man wanted in connection to a homicide in Missouri is believed to be in the natural state.
According to the Vernon County, Missouri Sheriff, Wednesday officials found a 63-year-old woman dead in her home. Her son is now a suspect in the case, and they believe he is the one who's in Hot Spring.
You guys have got to get out of there. Do not be home on Halloween. I'm serious. John, you got to renounce Emmanuel as Savior. Go back to Jesus. I'm not shooting you. Aaron's coming.
이것은 범행 직전 에런이 아버지의 휴대전화에 남긴 실제 음성입니다. 그의 머릿속은 이미 망상과 광기로 가득 차 있었습니다. 이 기괴한 경고는 곧이어 끔찍한 현실이 되어 나타났죠. 치밀하게 짜인 각본처럼 그는 아버지를 따돌리고 어머니를 향해 흉기를 휘둘렀습니다. 아버지가 장갑을 사러 나간 사이 홀로 남은 집에서 말이죠. 잠시 후 아버지가 집으로 돌아왔을 때 에런은 아무 일 없었다는 듯 차에 올라탔습니다. 존은 평소처럼 엄마랑은 작별 인사를 잘했냐고 아들에게 물었습니다. 그리고 에런은 덤덤하게 고개를 끄덕였죠. 그때 존은 아들이 트럭 짐칸에 검은 비닐봉지를 싣는 것을 보았습니다. 호텔에 도착한 뒤 존은 아들에게 방키를 주지 않았다는 사실을 깨닫고 짐칸 쪽으로 향했습니다. 에런은 무언가를 찾는 듯 짐칸을 뒤적거리고 있었죠. 존은 키를 건네주며 먼저 방으로 올라갔고 아들이 곧 따라올 거라 믿었습니다. 하지만 1시간이 지나도 아들은 나타나지 않았습니다. 그 시각 CCTV에 포착된 에런의 모습은 소름 그 자체였습니다. 그는 검은 비닐봉지를 들고 주차장을 배회하더니 쓰레기를 버리듯 아무렇지 않게 낯선 트럭 짐칸에 봉투를 던져놓고 사라졌습니다. 그 트럭은 바로 우리가 처음에 만났던 신고자 애덤의 차였습니다. 경찰은 즉시 전국에 수배령을 내렸지만 에런은 그날 이후로 아무도 보지 못했습니다. 그로부터 5개월 뒤인 2021년 3월 산속에 이상한 것이 있다는 한 등산객의 신고 전화가 접수됩니다.
Okay.
Yeah, this is thick. We're taking you to movie land, dude.
Yeah, I'll fix this. So how did you guys find this? I mean, I know you were looking about timber, but I mean, how did y'all end up in here? I wanted to cruise the north side to see if I could find a homeless encampment.
Ah, so you saw this like a little bit of clear cut, and so you started hiking. I got you.
Okay. Yeah, really, I don't know that this is your way, but okay. What for?
All right.
That's gonna be.
Well,
Yeah.
you know.
I guarantee you. Let me see your gloves. The rest of the body's there.
Yeah, see how it's sticking out on that
Feet.
Oh.
현장에 출동한 경찰이 발견한 것은 형체를 알아보기 힘들 정도로 부패한 시신 한 구였습니다. 감정 결과 그토록 찾아 헤매던 용의자 에런 구두인이었습니다. 그는 스스로 생을 마감한 상태였습니다. 사건은 용의자의 사망으로 공소권 없음 종결되었습니다. 하지만 이 사건엔 여러 가지 의문점이 남습니다. 정말 아들이 엄마를 죽인 유일한 악마였을까? 그리고 왜 아버지는 집 앞에 비닐봉지를 들고 서 있던 아들을 보며 별다른 의심을 하지 않았을까? 왜 그는 머리를 훼손해 그 먼 곳까지 가져갔으며 왜 검은색 옷과 신의 뜻에 집착했을까? 사건은 마무리되었지만 진실은 어둠 속에 묻혔습니다. 스스로를 처벌한 용의자, 그리고 수많은 의문점만이 남았습니다. 여러분은 이 사건에 대해 어떻게 생각하시나요? 여러분의 생각을 댓글로 남겨주세요. 구독과 좋아요, 댓글은 영상을 만드는데 큰 힘이 됩니다. 감사합니다. 처벌 실화냐?